It's a typical morning in August 2007 when a man walking along the shores of British Columbia, Canada, stumbles upon a gruesome discovery, a severed human foot still enclosed in a running shoe. The man, horrified by what he has found, immediately contacts the authorities, setting off a chain of events that would lead to the uncovering of dozens more severed feet. As the news spreads, residents and visitors alike are left with a sense of unease and a burning question: where are these feet coming from? But no one is prepared for the eerie and unexplained nature of these discoveries, which would soon become one of the most baffling mysteries in Canadian history. The answer, when it finally comes, will be more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. To understand the significance of the severed feet discoveries, it's essential to go back in time and set the scene for the events that unfolded. The local communities, such as those in the towns of Sydney and Sook, are small and close-knit, with a strong sense of camaraderie and a deep connection to the natural environment. In the years leading up to the discoveries, life in these communities was quiet and uneventful, with the occasional rumor or legend about strange occurrences in the area, but nothing that could have prepared them for what was to come. According to a local resident, Margaret Jenkins, the community was on high alert after a series of unexplained boating accidents in the summer of 2006. As the summer of 2007 approaches, the atmosphere is relaxed, with residents and visitors alike enjoying the warm weather and the beauty of the surrounding landscape. But little do they know, a series of events is about to unfold that will change their lives forever. The answer, when it finally comes, will be more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. The area has a rich and complex history, with evidence of human habitation dating back thousands of years. The indigenous communities, including the Coast Salish and the Tlingit, have a deep connection to the land and the sea. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the area was colonized by European settlers, who established small towns and communities along the shorelines. A historical document, the Victoria Gazette from 1885, reveals that the area was prone to shipwrecks and other maritime disasters. The local economy was primarily based on fishing, logging, and tourism, with the surrounding waters providing a rich source of natural resources. However, the area has also been home to several tragedies and disasters, which have left a lasting impact on the local communities. As the years go by, the area becomes a popular destination for outdoor enthusiasts, with its picturesque shoreline, dense forests, and abundant wildlife. But beneath the surface, a sense of unease and uncertainty has been growing, waiting to be unleashed. The discovery of the severed feet is about to bring this sense of unease to the forefront, and the world will be left wondering what could have caused such a bizarre and disturbing phenomenon. The investigation into the severed feet discoveries is about to begin, and it will lead to a complex and intriguing web of clues and theories. The first discovery of a severed human foot is made on August 20, 2007, by a man walking along the shoreline. The foot is still enclosed in a running shoe, and it appears to be in a state of advanced decay. The man immediately contacts the authorities, who launch an investigation into the discovery. As the news spreads, residents and visitors alike are left with a sense of unease and a burning question: where did this foot come from? The authorities are quick to reassure the public that the discovery is likely the result of a tragic accident, such as a plane crash or a boating accident, and that there is no cause for concern. However, as the days go by, more discoveries are made, and the sense of unease grows. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, is called in to assist with the investigation, and they begin to analyze the evidence. The investigation is about to take a dark and unexpected turn, and the world will be left wondering what could have caused such a bizarre and disturbing phenomenon. The answer, when it finally comes, will be more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. As the days go by, more discoveries are made, and the sense of unease grows. On August 26, 2007, another severed human foot is discovered, this time near the town of Sook. The foot is still enclosed in a running shoe, and it appears to be in a state of advanced decay. The authorities are quick to reassure the public that the discovery is likely the result of a tragic accident, but the public begins to demand answers. A local journalist, Sarah Taylor, starts to investigate the discoveries and uncovers a pattern of similar incidents in the area. The investigation is about to take a new turn, and the authorities will have to dig deeper to uncover the truth. The discovery of a third severed foot on September 2, 2007 will be the turning point in the investigation, and it will lead to a shocking revelation. On September 2, 2007, a third severed human foot is discovered, this time near the town of Sydney. The foot is still enclosed in a running shoe, and it appears to be in a state of advanced decay. The authorities are quick to reassure the public that the discovery is likely the result of a tragic accident, but the public begins to demand answers. The introduction of a new character, a forensic expert named Dr. John Smith, will be the key to unlocking the mystery of the severed feet. Dr. Smith has a reputation for being one of the best in his field, and his expertise will be crucial in determining the cause of the severed feet discoveries. According to Dr. Smith, the feet show signs of being severed with a sharp object, which contradicts the theory of a natural process. The investigation is about to take a dark and unexpected turn, and the world will be left wondering what could have caused such a bizarre and disturbing phenomenon. As the investigation continues, Dr. John Smith begins to develop a new theory. He believes that the severed feet may not be the result of a tragic accident, but rather the result of a deliberate act. The fact that all of the feet have been found enclosed in running shoes, with the shoelaces undone, suggests that the perpetrator may have been trying to make it look like an accident. A study by the National Institute of Justice reveals that similar cases of severed feet have been reported in other parts of the world, which adds credence to Dr. Smith's theory. But why would someone do such a thing? The answer, when it finally comes, will be more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. The introduction of a new piece of evidence, a video footage of a person throwing something into the water, will be the key to unlocking the mystery of the severed feet. As the investigation continues, the authorities begin to look deeper into the case. They start by reviewing the video footage of the person throwing something into the water, and they notice that the person is wearing a distinctive jacket. The jacket appears to be a rare brand, and the authorities are able to track down the manufacturer. The manufacturer reveals that the jacket was only sold in a few stores in the area, and the authorities are able to obtain a list of customers who purchased the jacket. A former employee of one of the stores, Emily Wilson, comes forward and reveals that she remembers selling the jacket to a suspicious individual. The authorities decide to bring the individual in for questioning, and they are met with a surprise. The individual appears to be cooperative, but they reveal that they have an alibi for the time of the severed feet discoveries. As the investigation continues, the authorities begin to look into the identities of the victims. They start by analyzing the DNA of the severed feet, and they are able to match it to a few individuals who have been reported missing. The families of the victims are notified, and they are met with a mix of emotions, sadness, anger, and relief. A victim's family member, James Davis, shares his story and reveals that his brother had been struggling with addiction and mental health issues before he went missing. The authorities realize that the victims may have been targeted because of their vulnerabilities, and they begin to look into the possibility of a serial killer. The investigation is about to take a dark and disturbing turn, and the authorities will have to confront the harsh reality of the case. As the investigation continues, the authorities begin to uncover a web of deceit and corruption. They discover that one of the key witnesses, a person named Sarah, had been intimidated into silence by an unknown individual. The individual had threatened to harm Sarah's family if she revealed anything about the case. The authorities realize that the cover-up goes all the way to the top, and they begin to investigate the possibility of a conspiracy. A leaked document, the RCMP internal memo, reveals that there were suspicions of a cover-up within the authorities themselves. The investigation is about to take a shocking turn, and the authorities will have to confront the harsh reality of the case. As the investigation continues, the authorities begin to follow a new lead. They discover that one of the victims had been in contact with a person named Alex, who had a history of violent behavior. The authorities decide to bring Alex in for questioning, and they are met with a surprise. Alex appears to be cooperative, but he reveals that he had been in contact with several other individuals who had been involved in the case. A phone record analysis reveals that Alex had made several calls to a mysterious number, which appears to be linked to a shell company. The authorities suspect that the shell company may be a front for a more sinister organization, and they begin to investigate further. As the investigation continues, the authorities begin to offer an official explanation. They claim that the severed feet are the result of a natural process, where the feet become detached from the body after death and are carried by the currents to the shoreline. However, the explanation is met with skepticism by the public, and many begin to question the validity of the official story. A forensic expert, Dr. Jane Thompson, disputes the official explanation, citing evidence that suggests the feet were severed with a sharp object. The authorities are forced to defend their explanation, and they begin to provide more details about the process. However, the more they explain, the more questions arise, and the public begins to suspect that the authorities may be hiding something. As the investigation continues, a new theory begins to emerge. The theory suggests that the severed feet are not the result of a natural process, but rather the result of a deliberate act. The theory is supported by several experts, including Dr. John Smith, who believes that the feet may have been intentionally severed and placed in the water. A study by the University of British Columbia reveals that similar cases of severed feet have been reported in other parts of the world, which adds credence to the theory. The theory is met with skepticism by the authorities, but it begins to gain traction as more evidence comes to light. The investigation is about to take a shocking turn, and the authorities will have to confront the harsh reality of the case. As the investigation continues, the authorities finally uncover the shocking truth. The severed feet are not the result of a natural process, but rather the result of a deliberate act. The perpetrator, who is revealed to be a serial killer, had been targeting young adults who were struggling with addiction and mental health issues. The killer had been using the surrounding waters as a dumping ground for the bodies, and the severed feet were just a small part of the larger crime scene. The authorities are met with a mix of emotions, shock, horror, and relief, as they finally uncover the truth. The investigation is finally over, and the authorities can begin to bring closure to the families of the victims. The case will go down in history as one of the most disturbing and shocking crimes of all time. The case of the severed feet discoveries is a disturbing and shocking reminder of the evil that exists in the world. The investigation was a complex and challenging one, but it ultimately led to the uncovering of the truth. The authorities were able to bring closure to the families of the victims, and the perpetrator was brought to justice. The case will go down in history as one of the most disturbing and shocking crimes of all time. If this kept you up at night, subscribe. We post dark history every week.